Welcome to Whoopsie Daisy Farm. Today we are continuing our tour of Heritage Groves Farm, a 1-acre homestead in Central Florida. Steve and Lea Cain raise fruits, vegetables, poultry, honeybees, and dairy sheep on their property using regenerative, permaculture, and organic principles. Today we're going to learn how they manage their rams, protect their sheep from parasites, and go over some of the products they make from their sheep milk. Seeing how Steve and Lea have to think through things completely differently than we do, on 1 acre versus 8, and in the tropics versus in a temperate climate like Kentucky, was incredibly educational and helpful to us as we continue to strive to think out of the box on our own homestead. Hopefully it helps all of you as well. And these are the sweetgrass, right?
These are the sweetgrass turkeys, and the one in the back is a penciled sweetgrass that we got up when we were visiting the property. Legally, we can have I think it's 6 sheep, so many animal units per acre, and we figured it out to about 6 sheep. For us, I know that our property does best with about 4 to 5 at the most on an acre. We have a lot of tree. We do a lot of tropical planting and tree hay, that type of thing, to help maintain it so our pasture doesn't get killed. When we first got on this property, we had almost like a white sugar sand. We had no topsoil whatsoever, no nutrients in the soil. It was typical, everything drained straight through. As you can see now, we have grass, we have pasture area, and we have topsoil. And this is after about 5-6 years with sheep now. You have to kind of look at sheep coming in, having babies, sheep leaving, but the ultimate for us, we find, is about 4 or 5 sheep. Right now, we're way heavy in sheep. We actually are going to be selling a few. We have 2 girls, and then we have the babies that are coming in this year, and we have 2 girls that we're going to be selling, and we have 2 boys also in the back. The only reason we have 2 is because we don't want to keep the girls and the boys together all the time. We've chosen to keep our boys separate from our girls, and we don't ever want to leave a ram by himself. It kind of makes him go crazy. So they at least have buddies when it's not breeding season. And that also gives us the genetic diversity of using more than one daddy.
As well as redundancy in case something happens to one.
Yes, we've unfortunately had
Quite your share of ram bad luck.
So we always want to keep one in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Yes, because if you lose one of your rams, it takes a little while to get back up. We make sure we have sweet animals that are safe, because we aren't working for them and we do have children.
Come
We
by.
want to make sure the place is safe for them.
So being on a small property, we have lots of gates. We do have food forest area, that type of thing, where we don't want the sheep to attack our gardens and our trees. So everywhere has a gate, and whatever gate you use,
You must shut.
afterwards.
That's one of our main questions when we come here. Gate open or gate shut?
Right. Kyle's coming. Thank you.
Here we are to the back of our property where we keep our 2 rams, and we decided, keeping in mind we're on a small farm and small acreage, so we built a sheep house for them. It's about 10 by 10, and it has a raised platform for the sheep. Once again, it takes care of their feet, but it also allows them to defecate through here onto a metal pan, and it's actually roofing material, and we harvest this and can use it within the yard. We use it as a valuable commodity. And one other thing I forgot to mention is, you noticed it's up maybe about 1 foot. If I were to redo it, I would make it quite a bit taller, probably about 1 foot to 1.5 foot, to make it easier for harvesting. This is raised up. This is the back of our property. It's on the lowest area of our property.
Oh,
so
okay.
it provides them a location to get up out of
The sogginess. Okay.
Like during hurricanes, this area actually can get about 18 inches of water. Wow. Sitting back here. So we don't want them standing in that. So this kind of gets them up and out of the water when we put them back here.
Okay.
We move them to the front and in safety during the hurricanes.
I mean, you can see I haven't even hit the bottom of it. And this has been only, what, 2 years?
Yeah.
And that was sand before?
It was white sugar sand.
Wow.
Becomes really good fertilizer for your yard, because yard is grass, and grass has no effect on grass. When we muck out our compost from the sheep, what we do is we have it into these compost bins that we continually flip, so therefore it can be used in the yard or the garden.
Okay.
Once we know there's no grazon issues.
Oh, okay.
So nice and convenient ability to flip back and forth to help it compost.
How do you do? No, I don't have food for you.
Yes, you can.
I should. And they can come in and out as they want to.
Right.
Because it's open.
And the other thing we did is we followed your design of making it out of pellets.
Yeah, parasites are pretty hard here, but once you get a grip on it and you're always diligent and you're keeping up on it and checking your FOMACHA scores and checking their feet, it's doable. I'd say the worst part is probably that, but with everything that's, you know.
How
again,
often do you check for parasites?
I actually have an alarm on my phone. I check once a week on certain ones. I have a couple that are more prone, so I check them weekly. Then I have like my Florida cracker. I actually never have to check her very often. She's probably maybe once or twice a year. But as a general rule, once a month, but certain ones every week.
Okay, and then when they do have parasites, what do you do?
We try to use preventative parasite, like herbal parasites before. So we kind of do a preventative thing with the herbal stuff. Once they get them, we do have to chemically treat. There's no way around it here in Florida. It's just, you have to, or you're going to end up with a dead sheep. But we always follow up with aftercare treatment that's herbal. I don't know if you want to talk about your...
I mean, I have a YouTube video on the cayenne, but you add molasses to your...
I add molasses to help build that iron up. So I do the cayenne, oil, olive oil, and apple cider vinegar, but I add just a touch of molasses. And actually, at the same time you had bottle jaw, I had one of mine come down with bottle jaw, which is very odd for this time of year. And
yeah, it was weird for us too.
Yeah. And I started using that right away, and it got rid of it pretty quick. So, or helped her heal pretty quick. I shouldn't say got rid of it. Yeah, very quickly.
One of the other things we do for the parasites is, and worms, pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
Giving them pumpkin seeds, and whenever we have them available, does make a difference.
Yeah. We get a lot of pumpkin donated, thank goodness.
It's like, what's gonna feed me?
It's funny how they look similar, but they're still different.
Yes.
Do you need for your own, like, are you making all your own dairy products, like cheese, butter, yogurt, or are you
that's
just
the
drinking the
goal.
milk? Okay.
That's the goal. Last year we made a lot of cheese and we made a lot of ice cream and we had milk to drink. We didn't make a lot of butter. Still a learning curve on that one. I need to talk to Katya.
From Slavic Beauty Separate.
Yes, so I've been making soap. This next year I hope to be increasing that amount. Right now we have 2 girls pregnant. We have 2 that are too young to be pregnant and 1 that's aged out. So too old to have babies. So hopefully we can get everybody into the system where we're having at least 3 to 4 girls in milk, which will help supply us with all our farm needs.
Okay. What's your favorite thing she's made with the milk so far?
Cheese and ice cream.
Cheese and ice cream.
Ice cream is on another level. It is extremely creamy and compares to nothing. Is as good as my wife's ice cream.
Well, I don't know. I think you're probably going to be wanting the sheep milk honey caramels that I started making.
Oh yes, that you started making with your sheep's milk and my honey from our bees.
Yes.
Because you're the bee guy, Steve.
Yes.
And Lee's mainly the sheep lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it does become very nice when you start getting to having the various skills as well as the various animals on your property. You start increasing the amount of enjoyment and also the ability to use your products generated by your farm.